Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do something very fun. Take a look at my brand new 2026 What's in the Bag. Talk about all the different clubs that we're going to be bringing into the 2026 season as we try to play our best golf. And in part 2, we're going to hop on the TrackMan and do the Map My Bag tool, which will give us really good, accurate data for how far each of these clubs are going. That will be super useful as we get into the season, try to play our best golf. So let's get right into it. Guys, quick reminder that the channel is sponsored by Skull & Bogies. You can use code JohnYoung20 at checkout to save 20% on your entire order. And as always, 25% of net profits go right back to recovery charities doing great work. Let's get back to the video. Starting with the shortest clubs and heading up to the driver, this is my new DF3i Lab Golf putter. I'm a huge fan of the zero torque technology that Lab Golf has been putting out ever since I started using it last season. Shout out to my friend Sam and the team over at Lab Golf for sending this to me. I'm a huge fan of how it feels. Performance has been unbelievably good, super stable around the greens. I've got the Press Pistol 3-degree forward shaft lean grip on there. So as you can see, when you set it down, there's some of that forward shaft lean already in there. And this insert is a huge improvement over the original version. It's a bit firmer, a little bit faster off the face. So I'm a huge fan of that. Next up, very important, we've got the wedges. I've still got my old SM8 Titleist Vokey wedges in the bag. I play a 52, 56, and 60-degree configuration. I use the 60-degree for pretty much every shot inside of, call it 60 yards. Bunker shots, chips, pitching, pretty much every shot I'm playing with the 60-degree. I've got the M grind, which is very versatile. I've got the M grind on the 56 as well, and the F grind on the 52. Those are more full swing shots with the 52 and 56, so not as concerned on the grinds there. As you'll see on all the clubs, guys, we've got the Jumbo Max Tour Series grips. Shout out to Jumbo Max for sending me these to test. I've been a huge fan of them, and these still have the stock shafts in them. Next up, guys, let's talk about the irons. I am super excited. These are brand new JPX 923 Tour irons. I just took the plastic off about an hour ago. These are incredibly soft off the face. The feel is exactly what you'd expect from a Mizuno iron. And I can't wait to play some good golf with these. I've been extremely impressed with the initial testing that I've done on the TrackMan here. Like I said, you'll see the Jumbo Max Tour Series. We've got the small size. I tried the extra small, the small, and the medium, and landed right in the middle on the small size. And these are the same shafts that I've been playing for years now. This is the C-Taper 125 S Plus shaft. It's not for everyone, but I love the feel and the performance of the C-Taper shaft. It doesn't give a lot of flex in the swing. To me, it feels very stable, and I've been a huge fan of that shaft for a long time. You'll notice in my bag, I play the irons 6 through pitching wedge. This is a 46-degree pitching wedge. I've transitioned away from the Vokey pitching wedge to this one to keep the set nice and clean. And my longest iron now is a 6-iron, guys. We'll talk more about that in a minute. So 6 through pitching wedge, the 923 JPX Tours. These are super cool. Next up, guys, we've got the 5 Hybrid. This is a 25-degree Srixon ZXI Hybrid with a UST Mamiya recoiled dart, F5, which means X-Flex, extra stiff, 95-gram hybrid shaft in there. Big fan of this club in the testing I've done so far. Golf's hard enough, guys. I've played golf for 20 years at a pretty high level, and even I am going away from hitting long irons. Like we just talked about, my longest iron is a 6 because outside of 200 yards, we need all the forgiveness and help we can get. So I've been a big fan of going to this lofted hybrid as kind of the start of the top end of the bag. So worth checking out a hybrid if you don't have one. The next longest club I've got is this ZX Srixon driving iron. And you might say, well, John, you were just talking about making golf easier. We're not hitting long irons anymore. That is true. And to be honest, most of the reason I still have this in the bag is because otherwise I would only have 13 clubs. I filled out my bag and I only needed 13 clubs. But I'm a big fan of a driving iron as an option, especially for narrow tee shots or playing in lots of wind. With the hybrids and lofted woods, it's much more difficult to keep the ball down in those kinds of conditions. So this is really a specialty club, in my opinion. This isn't going to be used all that often hitting into par threes or par fives. This is mostly going to be an off the tee stinger type of shot. And I also have that same UST Mamiya recoil dart shaft in there with the X Flex. Next up, as we get into the woods, I've got this 21 degree Srixon ZXI 7 wood. This has a Project X Denali black X Flex 80 gram shaft in it. Again, same Tour Series Jumbo Max grip. And I have been a huge proponent of the 7 wood since I first got one a couple of years ago. It's such an easy club to hit, guys. It's worth taking a look at a 7 wood, even a 9 wood. You're seeing guys on tour, Tommy Fleetwood playing a 9 wood. Because again, golf is hard. Why not make it easier with a little more forgiveness, a bigger face to play off of? Really love how this sets up behind the ball. Srixon absolutely nailed it with this matte finish. You've got the adjustability in the hosel if you need it. Really, really clean look behind the ball on that 7 wood. Next up, you'll notice a theme. Srixon ZX Mark II 5 wood. This, again, very clean look behind the ball. Nice matte finish from Srixon. This is a slightly older model. Like many of you guys, I'm playing golf on a budget, and I've been buying most of these clubs off of the secondhand market. So, found one in really nice shape. ZX Mark II 5 wood. We've got the Oban Kiyoshi purple X Flex 75 gram shaft in this one. I've played this shaft for a number of years. I imagine I'll keep these for as long as they're playable. It's just a really, really solid setup for my swing. And now what you've all been waiting for, the driver. This is a Srixon ZXI LS driver. As you'll see, very, very clean look behind the ball. That same matte finish, we've got a nice alignment aid on it. A little bit of texture here on the top. I love how this thing looks behind the ball. Same Oban Kiyoshi X Flex 65 gram shaft in the driver. I've got this turned down. So what I like to do is get a higher lofted head than I intend to play, and then turn the loft down, which opens the face. I don't like when the face looks too close at address on a driver. So this is a 10.5 degree head that's been turned down to 9 degrees. So playing it at 9 degrees, probably could go even a little lower, but this has been working great for now. Huge fan of the Srixon woods, how they perform, how they look behind the ball. Lastly, a little bonus, always keep some alignment sticks in your golf bag. These are great for all kinds of different drills, not only checking your alignment, but working on your swing. Shout out to the Tour Aim team for hooking me up with some very cool alignment aids along with their Tour Aim practice tool. And that'll do it, guys. That's a look at the 2026 What's in the Bag as we embark on this quest for a +3 handicap. Stay tuned for part 2. We'll get into the Map My Bag feature on TrackMan and see how far each of these clubs is going.